What is happening, everybody? My name is Beth, and welcome back to Every Day is Spooktober. Now, we are very, very close to the end of the year, and I've been trying. Unfortunately, I didn't get around to any like Christmas horror films. I personally just couldn't find any that I wanted to watch, so I just gave them a miss. Christmas was great though. I hope everyone had a good Christmas. You know, and everything was fun and festive. To end the year off, I've just been like wanting to explore films that like I've wanted to watch for a while and I've just never visited. So today we are talking about Green Room. If you haven't seen it, obviously there's going to be spoilers, as pretty much all my videos do have, but we're going to talk about Green Room. I've always seen like the cover photo for it and the premise of it, and I was like, this sounds like such a fun slasher. Like, I'm so looking forward to it and it sounds super fun. I mean, who doesn't love a good slasher? If you're not a fan of horror, if you're a fan of horror, you have to love a good slasher. You have to love the goriness, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just such it's like a set piece to horror. And I very much thought like another sort of action adventure gory kind of film, and I was like, I'm so down for that. I thought it was quite a creepy weird kind of vibe, but it wasn't until last night when I watched the film what was when I was sort of like reading between the lines and what the film is actually about, like the synopsis is: a punk rock band is forced to fight for survival after witnessing a murder at a neo-Nazi skinhead bar. So I had never seen a description like that. I'd only sort of seen like images and snippets of like action shots, and like it just looked really cool, and I thought it was like some crazy like escape room, like demonic weird thing. And it was just like a slasher, so it looked like a lot of fun. However, I was highly disappointed with this film. The reviews on this are like raving, like people love it, people think it's like one of the best films of the year, one of the best films of like 2015. Like it's like super overhyped, and like, if I'm quite honest with you, it for me, it like, obviously when you have horror, you've got your subgenres. You've got your slasher, you've got your paranormal, you have your subgenres, and then within those subgenres there's like little types of slashers. So for example, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, they normally follow the same pattern, and the aim is to just see who can do the most gruesome, messed up, like crazy kills, and that's what you're there to see. You're not there for the story, you're not there for anything. With this, it seemed like they were trying so hard to like try and focus on this story and these like group of men who obviously don't want to be involved with the police, and they're obviously not good people because because of who they support and what they support, which is like an interesting touch because it does make it makes it feel dangerous, but like, in my opinion, like, it wasn't very realistic. I feel like this film would have done so much better if it was like set in a found footage aspect, because throughout the like most of like the film, like at least the first half, I was like, this could so be done, in like first person, like holding a camera, like it so could have been done that way, and I wish it was, because I think that would have made up for how some parts were very like wishy-washy, boring, not much is going on, because normally with found footage, that's how it is. It's very real. You're just capturing the boring moments, the good moments, the crazy moments. You're capturing everything and it's realistic. But I think with just Green Room, it was like they was trying to make a story out of this and also make it really gory and frightening and intense. Don't get me wrong, there were some intense scenes, and they definitely were making me tense up and like cringe and whatever at some parts, but the gore was not as extreme that I thought it was going to be. And I just I just thought that, a lot of the acting was quite mediocre. It wasn't like crazy, and like the acting was amazing. It felt very a bit like kind of cringy, and some, I don't know, I feel like they were trying to make something and they just didn't quite get there. And whatever that may be, I don't know. Um I had a hard time sort of like following along and connecting and wanting to continue to watch this. Like, I was just watching this thinking, like, am I missing something? Like, have I missed something along the way? I went and looked this film up after I watched it, and I was like, people are saying this is amazing. I was like, we have not watched the same film. What the hell are you talking about? Very weird film. It's irritating because it's like when there's a film and you're like, this looks like right up my street. It looks super fun and it looks interesting, and then you watch it and it's not what you think it's gonna be. It's really upsetting. This has a 7 out of 10 on IMDb, which is pretty high for a film. And unfortunately, that it does not hit that mark for me at all. I would have to probably give this like a 3.5 out of 10, which is, I think, is one of my it's the lowest rating of a film I've done on this channel yet, which is a big thing. But it just, I'm sorry to like the fans of this and the creators. It wasn't for me at all, and like I didn't really get it. Like I said to you, if this was done in a found footage film, I genuinely think it would have been a lot better, and I think I would have preferred it in that way. But like conversations felt really off, and it felt very staged because they were trying to make it so real, and it wasn't trying to be like, oh, there's a camera in the room, like act stressed and intense and all this. It's like, if this was found footage, it could be so much more real if there was a character with the camera like filming this whole entire thing. You know, and I think the story's very cliche where like the sort of two that we see at the beginning who start to sort of form a bond. We see those two sort of come together at the end and then kill everyone and win, essentially. But yeah, it unfortunately, Green Room wasn't for me. You know, maybe I'll give it another watch. I don't know if I'm that bored, possibly. But yeah, unfortunately, this wasn't it. I'm hoping to watch another film before the new year ends that I really love or that I find is a new favourite of mine. You know, but you've got to sift through all of these films. I'm glad I've finally seen it. I would have eventually watched it. It just took me some time. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. That was my review of Green Room. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you're having a great Christmas period and holidays, and yeah, I will see you guys on the next one.